So good morning. Yeah, another ride today, another test. So there wasn't much time to do any riding recently, but today I can commute to work, so that's a good opportunity to test the Honda Africa Twin as a commuter. So once again, just to remind, I'm coming out of the smaller bike, CB500X, which I consider as a perfect commuter in terms of the size and power and etc. So the CB500X was a perfect commuter, but today we're testing Honda Africa Twin. So we'll see how it does in a kind of scenario, commuting. And I appreciate commuting means different things to different people, and we commute in different environments. But today we'll do combination of a city ride, and on the way back from work I'll try to use some kind of lanes, so slightly different scenario. So we'll see how the bike does in comparison. So yeah, bear in mind that the city I'm going through is not the biggest, not the busiest of the cities, so different cities, different scenarios, I would say. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the bike does. So yeah, the bike's got a good presence on the road, so yeah, it's quite substantial in terms of size and visibility. Also with the bright tree colors, I think this is some kind of, in a way, safety feature, so the bike is very visible for other users. And also I tend to use auxiliary lights right in the city, just to be a bit more visible. Yeah, so far so good. I'm getting used to more and more the automatic gearbox. So yeah, I'm just getting used to. Bike does it for me. I don't have to worry. So that's good. Okay, this is one of the scenarios. So yeah, this double line is quite narrow. So previously, and this is the bottleneck, and previously I would some kind of easily attempt to filtrate between the cars. On this bike, I'm still new to this bike, or the bike is still new to me, so I would hesitate. So I'm not gonna attempt it to do it today. But yeah, that's one of the problems with the bigger bike. I'm not in a rush, so I'm not gonna be attempting to filtrate through the traffic. But once again, on my previous bike, I would not hesitate. And this double lane gets narrower and narrower, so I got plenty of time, so I don't have to risk. But yeah, this is one of the drawbacks of the bigger motorbike. For the city rides, there are much better options. So in terms of yeah, automatic gearbox, yeah, it's a bless. I don't have to pump clutch and keep changing gears, so it's just twist and go. So this is the big advantage of this bike in the traffic. Just twist and go, and bike just does it. So yeah, not bad, but in terms of filtering, I'm not confident enough with this bike. So yeah, I think it may take a little bit of time to get used to the size, and which I am anyway, so I think just a matter of time. But yeah, once again, this is one of the situations we can take a little bit advantage of the bike, so we can, in theory, push at a safe spot in front of the queue. Yeah, the automatic gear, easy. So yeah, not too bad today in terms of the traffic, which I'm glad. But that's fine. As I said, I'm getting used to the bike a bit more in terms of the size, and position myself on the road, being short-legged. I have to be a little bit more careful picking my line, but that's fine. So quite often in this spot there's a bit of congestion. Once again, not too bad today. Not too bad. So we can just cruise along. That's fine. We'll have a chance to join a bus lane, so that always helps. This is where another build-up. Fellow rider on a sofa. Yeah, another advantage of riding bike in a city, yeah, we can utilize bus lanes, so rather than being stuck in the traffic, we can just keep cruising along. Be careful here. Some of the drivers don't really check the mirrors. Same here. Not everyone is keen to check the mirrors, so gotta be extremely careful. So yeah, muscle memory still kicked in. I was looking for the gear lever. Yeah, the gap between the lorry and the van is, yeah, on a CB500 I wouldn't hesitate. On a bigger bike I wouldn't risk. So I'm not in a rush today, so I'm happy to wait. But as I said, it's one of the disadvantages of the bigger bike in a city commuting scenario. Assessing the risk, pros and cons. Whether you want to save a couple seconds or smash someone's mirror. Yeah, personal decision. I'm not in a rush, so nice and easy. What is happening here? Yeah, getting a bit busier. There we go. Escaping the danger. Short commuting today. Testing the bike in a city traffic scenario. Wasn't too bad, wasn't too congested, so no biggie today. But once again, the main difference is on the previous bike I would happily squeeze between the cars. In most scenarios, most cases, with a bigger bike, I'm more hesitant. Don't want to risk any damage to my bike or other cars. So yeah, that's a compromise. I'm happy with that. So yeah, on the way back I'll be testing a slightly different routes. A little bit more. It's not an off-road, but there are narrow lanes with a really bad surface, so they're quite narrow, so we'll see how the bike does. So yeah, hello again. So I'm leaving work. Yeah, I'm leaving work, done for today. And this is the second part of the review. Try to establish whether the Honda Africa Twin is a good commuter. So yeah, I've decided to take alternative routes. So I came to work through city. It wasn't too busy, wasn't too much traffic. But this is just alternative routes, going back home through the narrow lanes. So once again, this is one of the scenarios when this bike can shine. So the surface is not the best. There's lots of potholes, and this is quite narrow, and there's lots of debris and gravel on the road. So I'm not quite sure whether you could attempt to ride here comfortably with a road bike, but having an adventure bike is not a problem. Quite often on this route there's lots of potholes and there's lots of water and such. So yeah, this is a good test for the bike. Nothing too challenging, but still, as a commuter, if you can deal with the situation, it'll be. Yeah, still a bit traffic, not too much, but this is nothing unusual. So I'll be standing up position. Yeah, as you can see, this is not the best road. It's a bit bumpy and quite a few potholes and debris after the winter. But yeah, having an adventure bike, yeah, it's not a problem. No hesitations. On a road bike, well, it's not impossible, but wouldn't be the first choice. So yeah, came here on a pavement on the road, and then living on a narrow lane. So yeah, the suspension of the Africa Twin is nice and plush, so absolutely comfortable. Standing position is really good. I like the narrow tank, fuel tank. I can really hold it with my knees. I can rest my knees against it, lean slightly forward. The last thing you want to do on a DCT is just to lean back. And yeah, with DCT, perfect, just standing. Nice and relaxed. I don't have to worry about the clutching and changing the gears and twist and go. Nice, so smooth, yeah. Nice and soft. And bike just does it. No, it's a really good. There we go. Quite there we go. Nice and smooth change. So I've used S1 mode, Sport 1 on a pavement, and I was a bit sluggish starting from the lights. There was a little bit lag, a little bit delay. So I've switched back to S2, and so far so good. It's really good, very responsive. Yeah, nice and plush the suspension. I can pump it nice and soft. There we go. Good position, good standing position. Hips forward, leaning forwards, good. And the suspension is just really good. It's a strange sensation having not changing the gears, but the bike does it really good. Nice. And the sound is really good. Anyway, we go through the village. S2, very responsive. Nice. Beautiful weather today. It's absolutely beautiful weather. Spring is approaching. So yeah, it's good to finish a bit earlier and go home and ride in nice weather through the beautiful countryside. This is absolutely stunning countryside. I like S2. S2, S3, I think the best modes. Squeeze. It's a bit narrow here. Thank you very much, sir. Very kind. Thank you very much. So now we're gonna join another narrow lane. This lane can get clogged. The bike pulls nicely. You've got to be careful, it's quite narrow here and could be oncoming traffic. Lovely sound. So yeah, through the narrow lanes, through the city, and onto dual carriageway. So part of the commuting. It's not the longest stretch, but nevertheless, we'll have a chance to ride it on a dual carriageway. And you see how it does. Just see how it does. So visor down to cut some of the wind noise. Nothing, let's go. Nice, 70 easy. And the screen, I was playing with the screen extension, and now I'm riding without extension. And actually that's pretty well. I don't feel any wind on my helmet. I feel wind on my shoulders, but nothing on my helmet, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I'm not the tallest of the riders, so the standard screen on a Africa Twin actually works pretty well in these conditions. So interesting. But yeah, this is the dual carriageway, cruising along. Bike is very stable planter. And that's the reason I bought the bike, because some touring coming, so I needed the machinery for long journeys, and this one seems to be the one. Nice. Into the city. Yeah, so back to the city. So I'm going to do some shopping. So one of the most important parts of the test is to assess whether the Africa Twin is a good bike to go shopping. So yeah, we're gonna buy some chicken and some vegetables, and we'll just assess whether Africa Twin can cope with that. Just a casual shopping. Interesting. Cruising nicely through the city. Not very busy today. Midday. Nice. It's not, yeah, it's a quite pleasant ride, I have to say. It's quite pleasant ride. Effortless. Nice. Stop recording.